I'm going to share with you briefly a couple of updates on our SMARTA-NET project, and I prepared this slide with my colleagues that are struggling as well as me with this problem with the connection. So sorry for that. So where are we now in our journey? As you can see, we are halfway, more or less, because this is the first of our meeting, and we are now approaching to the second year of our project, and we have many events ahead of us. First of all, there is the in-person meeting in May in Evora, and I will say a few words about that later on. Our next webinar will be held on the 3rd of July. It will be online, and the final conference is expected to take place towards the end of October in Brussels. And of course, more to come because we hope that also in our meeting we will discuss together with you what might be other opportunities of interaction with you. So coming to the point of the next in-person meeting, we are going to go to Evora in Portugal and in Tejo, thanks to the cooperation with Carmen and Alexandra. So I would like, first of all, to also thank you very much indeed, both Adriel and Alexandra and Carmen for their huge support in the organization of this event. The meeting will take place on 15 and 16 on May, with site visit on the 14th, and will be focused on finding, mobilizing, and financing sustainable mobility solution. And also try to include other challenges shared by the ERMN members, including other proposed by our team, as always. So just to share a couple of information about our agenda, we will start on Tuesday with the site visit in the morning. That is a side event for the SMARTA-NET consortium. But then in the afternoon, we are discussing to have 3 options so that participants might choose one who fits best for them. One is a cycling tour around Evora, another is a walk tour around the Evora Historic Center. And we're also trying to organize a rural visit to see some villages and some rural development projects, maybe with the cooperation of some local leader action groups. Detail about each visit will be soon defined, and then there will be a meeting dinner in the evening. For day 1, we would like to have a sort of mix of different sessions. There will be an opening plenary, and we are trying to feature there 2 high-level speakers, one from Spain, from the Spain Ministry of Transport, and one from Flanders, because as well for the Ministry of Transport, because they are both implementing interesting solution at the state level to increase accessibility of rural areas. Then we will split into World Cafe session, trying to focus on financing the mobility scheme. And then after lunch, there will be another plenary session showcasing some financing frameworks from our lighthouse sites and from other case studies across Europe. And then we will conclude with parallel thematic workshop session. They will be a bit much broader, and there will be a specific topic on rural resilience, development, and tourism. There will also be, after the conclusion, a special session that is optional, that is want to be a sort of informal conversation with you about the future of the ERMN and of the European Rural Mobility Network. What might be the scope, what might be the governance layer, and so forth and so on. And then on day 2, there will be a morning session. We will start with parallel session focusing on mainstreaming rural mobility, building on the ERMN member experience. We tried to collect all the input received in the first year of the project and highlighted a couple of topics that might be worth discussing. So we will focus on that. And then we will have a panel discussion focusing on how to develop a common voice on rural mobility for member states, for the European Commission and the European Parliament. And then there will be also a closing planning focusing on building capacity. The agenda logistic will be published soon on our website. And if you wish to join, don't hesitate to contact us at this email address. And you can also send your request to become a member of the ERMN network at the link. This presentation will be shared afterwards, so you can have access to the link. Other updates. So we will publish soon our SMARTA-NET guidance document, those developed within the framework of Task 1, the guidance on rural shared mobility solution and the catalog of rural shared mobility solution developed by MemEx, and the other one on sustainable mobility in rural tourism region developed by NET. So this will be published sooner, currently under discussion with the Commission services, but we hope that in the next couple of weeks this will be available for consultation. We are also proceeding with some technical activities. As I think most of you know, we are developing this SMARTA-NET training program. We already developed the first module on rural mobility solution in 9 different countries with more than 100 participants. We already scheduled some sessions in Spain and Hungary, and we engaged more than 50 rural authorities, municipalities, and organizations. We are currently in the second module on sustainable tourism mobility. We had our session in Italy, in Portugal, in Ireland, and there are more to come now in March and early April. And then the third module will start on April and May, and we'll be focusing on planning for mobility. And that's just taking the courtesy of 2 pictures, one from our colleagues in Greece, in Rethymno, and one from Madeira. And these are just showing this workshop session in these countries. And then, as Geert already presented, we are doing now an evaluation to collect insight on mobility trends at the lighthouse sites. And we also like to not just make this on-site and online survey, but rather to develop some citizen engagement activities and try to foster active participation of local inhabitants, but also the visitor. And then, coming to the end, we are also establishing a liaison with the European Rural Pact, because we have sent an expression of interest to set up a community group within the European Rural Pact, and our request has been accepted. So we are just about to mobilize this community group on rural mobility, and this will strengthen our link with the European Rural Pact, with all the members of the Rural Pact, that, if I'm not mistaken, groups more than 1,000 rural communities across Europe. So this is very good. And we are also discussing whether this might also support European rural mobility network activities in the future. So in a nutshell, these were the relevant updates on SMARTA-NET, and I will stop now with the presentation and hand over to Edina or Brendan.